Okay. I just want to know how you guys have pledged allegiance for the president today. How do you feel?
Well, today we are here in Pietermaritzburg High Court. It somewhat has a feeling of a funeral because, when somebody has passed on, there are friends who would come and pay their tributes. But there are also the enemies and those who were mongering and gossiping who would come just to make sure that the man is really dead. And that's the mood that we have here in Pietermaritzburg. As you see us in black, green and gold, we are here to support President Jacob Zuma. But we do have a suspicion that some of us are here for other reasons, not that of paying allegiance and giving him moral support.
And who are these people?
They are amongst us. They chant our slogans. They dress our colors, black, green and gold. They sing revolutionary songs. I may not be able to identify any person as such, but I know they are here. I can feel it. The atmosphere, you can feel it. It's just there.
And these are people within the ANC, you say?
These are the people who are revolutionaries, who are dressed in ANC colors, who chant the ANC slogans as well. But it's just have that feeling of the Judas Iscariot of the Bible. A man whom you think would hug you and show you love, but would hug you to sell you out.
Many say that the RET faction has gained dominance in the organization. Is this something true, or just a false narrative that's been peddled by those similar people who are causing disunity within the organization?
I think we should always take note that the RET forces are every member of the African National Congress, starting with the President Cyril Ramaphosa. Is RET number one, because he leads an organization that in its wisdom at the conference adopted RET as the economic policy of this organization, and as such the RET has gained dominance, and we're just excited about the nominations in the eThekwini regions. It shows that those that align themselves with RET indeed are gaining momentum. But the name RET force, it has to go with the fact that ANC took a resolution of RET. Let me take you back to the time when the Freedom Charter was being drafted. There were those that were against the Freedom Charter, and there were those who were arguing vehemently for the adoption of the Freedom Charter, and as such they were called charterists. So it's not peculiar to this phenomenon of people being called by the economic or by the policy of the organization. And we are here, RET forces are here in full support. We amongst us, we also have the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Comrade Esma Khashule, whom the branches of KZN have paid their allegiance and support.
Just a last question before you go. Would you say there are those in the ANC who are politically purged?
Of course, there is a drive, whether from Stellenbosch Mafia or from white monopoly capital, I don't know. But there is a drive driven by our own comrades, our own members of the NEC, our own comrades, to purge revolutionary leaders within the ANC. And we are saying in our numbers, we shall not allow them to do that. This African National Congress is not like your Shandukas and other companies. This is a revolutionary machinery that was paid for by the blood of Solomon Mahlangu, Chrisani, and many other comrades whose life perished in defense of this liberation.
So you're saying the NEC is bought?
I am saying that the NEC, we do not understand how it come to certain decisions. I'll tell you, the conference of Nasrec declared that we want the Reserve Bank to be nationalized so that it can focus on unemployment and help black business to thrive. But the NEC would tell you about constitutionality and everything. But when it comes to a step-aside policy, they are eager to implement it, and not implement it in its full capacity, but implement it targeting those individuals who are arguing for RET. I'll tell you, if the step-aside policy was implemented fairly, we would not have President Cyril Ramaphosa sitting as president of this country today, because he's fingered in many corruption. His companies have been fingered in many corruptions that is yet to be brought to book. And in fact, it makes us wonder if the allegations that are in CR17 bank statement that are sealed have names of judges who have been bribed by CR17, it makes us wonder if that allegation is not true. Because we cannot have, in a democratic dispensation where transparency should be the order of the day, we have citizen number one whose allegation of corruption, money laundering, and accepting financial support from people who may even have participated in human trafficking. All those corruption is being sealed in a court of law. It renders our justice system, weak and to be perceived to be unfair, to be perceived to be a tool of the CR17 faction in the ANC. RET is not a faction, it is a policy of the organization. When you join ANC in this current epoch, after the Nasrec conference, you are joining the RET force. You become an RET force, and you are going to speak the language of expropriating the land without compensation, taking it away from the looters of 1652 who came by ship to kill and rape our grandparents and forefathers.
Jacob Zuma, 26th of May, has to be come back to court. If it doesn't go in his favor, what will he do as ground forces on the ground who pledge allegiance with the Bab?
Look, we will defend President Jacob Zuma up to the last moment. If it need be, we are willing to sacrifice our own bodies to defend President Jacob Zuma. But over and above that, we are going to make sure that the policies and his ideals lives forever. We are going to make sure that we defeat the white monopoly capital, and actually the proletariat will thrive in this country, and the land shall be shared among the people of this country.
Okay.